And Keith, after yesterday's show, where we talked about Adam Idah, a comment, I've got quite a vociferous response on social media. Let me hit you with a couple. James says, I think we can agree 9 million was a crazy fee for Idah, but the board had to sign him after his impact last season. Will he be there next season though? I have my doubts. Stuart says, Idah just isn't good enough or consistent enough, pure and simple. I'd take 3.5, 4 million for him this summer and cut, I think it means to say, our losses. Are you confident that Adam Idah will still be a Celtic player next season?
No. No.
Okay.
Well, you know, I look at him and think, oh, big man, give yourself a shake. All the qualities there, all the attributes, and it comes back to the conversation we've just been having. There's an X factor that's required. And Adam Idah, and this is the bit that I'm really finding frustrating, is that seeing the Rangers training ground, you look about and where's your examples, right? There's not that many, is there? Adam Idah is in a dressing room full of leaders and examples and standard setters. And you just need to look at the way Dyson Maida is going about his training on a day-by-day basis at Lennoxtown, and then the energy levels and the commitment that he shows on a match day. Same comes from Callum McGregor. The same comes all over that team. It's full of players that know what the requirements are and the standards. And Adam Idah, that's what's frustrating me. You don't need to look very far, big man, to see what's actually required here. And it's just, as I said to you, I feel like giving him a shake because I genuinely think there's a player in there, but I wonder about the levels of desire to better himself. And he's also got a manager there this is what he does. He makes players better. If you come to your work and you've got the right approach and the right attitude and you want to learn and you want to improve, Brendan Rodgers is your man. What an opportunity that is to work with a guy who specialises in making players better. Mm-hmm. And I'm just not seeing it. I just don't see the level of hunger and desire from Adam Idah every time he steps on the park.
I think you should be worried because I think you heard Rodgers last week talking about his determination is to make this team better. He wants to make additions. He wants to improve it. He doesn't want to stand still, which has been an accusation thrown at Celtic a couple of times in the past, maybe especially Rodgers' team first time round. They didn't make the signings that were going to take them on to the next level. I think, given what Celtic achieved this season, especially in the Champions League, he'll know what's required to go the next step again. And I think that should worry guys that if you're one of a nailed-on starter, if you're, as you say, I'm Idah, if you're, okay, Nicholas Kuhn has been off the boil the last 3-4 weeks, but I think he's done enough this season to show what he can do. I think somebody like Adam Idah, who's been in and out of the team, especially since Kyogo has left, I think that should concern him. If Brendan Rodgers is right about really taking things and kicking on again on another level, Adam Idah should be worried about being left behind.
It worries me, Andy, that what an opportunity when Kyogo's sold.
Yeah.
And you would
his jersey for keeps, and he let it
step up, claim it, own it. Mm-hmm. But he seems to, there's a kind of shrug of the shoulders, and is he that bothered about if he's left out of the starting 11? If you're not that bothered about being in the starting 11, you're at the wrong football club.
Yeah.
And that's my concern for Adam. I don't think it's a talent issue. I think he's got bags of it. He's got the physicality. He's powerful. He's a finisher. But there's something lacking, isn't there? There's just a big void somewhere. And I don't know how... Brendan Rodgers must be racking his brain because this is, as I said, Brendan Rodgers gets into players' psyche, he improves them. He sets standards that they've got to adhere to. I just don't think that Adam Idah is hitting the mark in terms of what Brendan Rodgers will be looking for. And that leads you to suspect very strongly that Celtic will throw the kitchen sink at least one new striker, maybe two. And where does that leave him? So, I think he's got the potential here between now and the end of the season. Brendan Rodgers has spoken about it already. 5 league games left before the cup final, and he's putting down markers for people. Performance targets, he's called it. And I think that conversation will probably take place tomorrow, and they'll discover exactly what's expected of them. And I think anybody who fails to hit the performance targets that the manager sets for them between now and the end of the league season One is unlikely to be involved when Celtic take on Aberdeen in the Scottish Cup final, and two might have a problem going forward because Brendan Rodgers is serious about improving Celtic and taking them to that next level. And those that aren't up to the challenge or don't have the appetite for the battle are likely to be left behind and discarded. So I think there's a lot on these next few weeks, and I hope that Adam Idah has some sort of epiphany where he realises what an opportunity he's got, because it's not too late for him to save it, but he's not playing like a guy that wants to save it.
We've got plenty of comments coming in on this as well. Let me run through a couple. John says Idah scored some important goals in Celtic's Champions League campaign. Don't forget, patience. This one says Idah is only good enough for the SPL. £9 million was crazy. I like Idah and hope he stays, but I do think if someone comes in with $6 million and Celtic will shake hands, he's a bit like our new Cascarino. This one from Hoopsaholic, he doesn't need to be first choice. He needs to be there when he's called upon. Fiskgarden will be the new centre forward. And again, this one, good player, Idah, but you need to be better than good as Celtic star striker. A bit of gold dust, which I think is a fair point. He's actually got 16 goals this season, Idah, which is more than I thought, to be honest.
All the ingredients are there, and you've also got a manager who specialises in sprinkling gold dust on people. So that's what I'm saying. If he wants it badly enough, he's still got that opportunity. That is my question, Adam Idah. Do you want it badly enough?
He's also playing for a team that are averaging 3 goals a game in the league, something like that.
Loads of chances.
I mean, you'd be amazed if he's not got 16 goals this season. I mean, you're even thinking, is that not a bit the shy side? I mean, I know he's been in and out of the team, but you know, he must come on for the last 10 minutes of every game when he's on the bench. You know, you're trying to tell me that at that point Celtic are racking up the chances against oppositions that are knackered. I mean, yeah, I agree. I mean, in this Celtic team, if you're a centre forward and you've not got at the very least 20 goals for the season, I think that's short change.
For club and country, it's 16 goals in 52 games,
Well,
which